Hi. Have you ever noticed how differently you feel after spending time with someone who has genuine experience versus someone who just has a lot of information? My name is Ami. I'm a therapist, 25 years in, more than 25 years. Still learning, still occasionally getting it wrong. I'm a human. I want to talk about something that I think gets undervalued in the wellness and self-help space: the difference between expertise and wisdom. Expertise is information. It can be acquired relatively quickly. You can read the books, take the courses, learn the frameworks, pass the exams. Expertise is real and it matters. I have a lot of it and I use it. Wisdom is different. Wisdom is what happens when expertise meets a lot of lived experience, including the experience of being wrong and failing and having to rebuild your thinking from the ground up. That's wisdom. Wisdom has texture to it that expertise alone doesn't have. I spent the first few years of my career leading with expertise. I thought I had expertise. I knew the models, I knew the research, I knew what the literature said about what works and helps people feel better. And I was helpful. But I was also sometimes missing something really important. The person in front of me wasn't a clinical model. They weren't a theory. They were a human being with a specific history and a specific set of circumstances. And sometimes the textbook, the textbook answer, wasn't quite right for them. What changed my practice more than any additional training was sitting with enough people, over 1,000 now, through enough hard things to develop genuine humility about how complicated human beings are. Every person I've worked with has taught me something. Lived experience matters in a way that information alone cannot replicate. I didn't just study nervous system regulation and emotional patterns in a classroom. I lived through my own version of everything I teach: anxiety, grief, relationship struggles, intense trauma, transitions, identity shifts, seasons where I genuinely didn't know how I would get through the day. I sat with all of it. I learned and used the tools. Some of them worked, some of them didn't, and I learned to tell the difference. And that's what I bring into the room with the people I work with, not just the research, but my actual lived experience of being a human who needed these things and found out firsthand what tools helped. Your life experience is not separate from your healing or your growth. It is the material. Every hard season, every pattern you've noticed in yourself, every moment where something shifted even slightly, that's data. Nobody else has your exact combination of history and wiring and experiences. The people I have watched have the most significant impact on their life are the ones who stopped waiting for some expert to tell them who they are and how to fix their life. They started treating their own experience as something worth paying attention to, and they got curious, and they started learning about the tools available to them and started using them. You know things about yourself that no therapist, no book, no course can tell you. The work is learning to trust that knowing and use it. And sometimes having a guide who has walked through their own hard stuff and practices the tools and come out the other side makes that process a whole lot less lonely and a whole lot more effective. And that's what I try to be for the people I work with. I hope you'll come and join me in my community. Enjoy being human, and we can do all this work together. All right, Ami out. I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'm sending you peace and light.